Play clock at 5. Pass is intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler.
To Henry. Quick snap. Breeze. Pass is incomplete. No flag for Tommy Lee Lewis.
Got him at the 40. It's Thomas at the 50. Skipper going free to the 30. To the 20. Thomas to the 10. Denver's going on the New England.
The biggest game of the season has just passed us. Shout out to the Pro Bowl because, man, that was just nonstop action. And, of course, please don't click off because I am not serious at all. It's Super Bowl season. It's officially the week leading up to the biggest game of the year. And I finally get the Super Bowl where I don't care who wins. I win no matter what. I'm not rooting against anyone. And Alex, I personally couldn't be happier. How are we feeling about this week?
Honestly, man, you kind of lost me. I thought the only purpose of doing this podcast was a Pro Bowl recap. So that's my job.
I'm so sorry to let down you and the fans.
Yeah, I think the audience can relate and maybe appreciate that, due to some unforeseen travel and also emotional distress that I was not in a situation or a state to do the podcast last week. I apologize.
It's all good. I let them know, especially when I brought the Niner conversations, that probably best.
Yeah, it's just it's better that way. It's an easier break. I don't have to relive all those experiences. But we're here now. We have an NFC West team in the Super Bowl, so I inherently don't want to root for them. But honestly, I don't have any grief towards this Rams team. They seem like they're a good bunch there. But how can you not love the Bengals right now? They're such a fun, young, loving team, and
Joe Shasky.
They're not supposed to be here, but they are. So how does that change their career trajectories? I'm just excited. I think it's, again, one of those situations where you're in where I really don't care who wins. I think it'd be a lot more fun if Joe Burrow won, but have a tortured Lions fan in my that I would love to see Stafford leave for 1 year and win a Super Bowl. I think that'd be really funny too. So, yeah.
Shout out to you, Lions fans, man. The city of Cincinnati deserves something. Matthew Stafford deserves something. Those Detroit Lions fans deserve a little bit of, hey, at least your guy won. I know there's plenty of, actually, I don't know. I kind of like Biz. I know there's plenty of Lions fans out there that want Stafford to get his ring because, Stafford did all he could for that city. But there's also some that are getting mad at Stafford and not wanting to win a ring because it'll cost him 2 positions in the draft.
I think it'll also affect them a little bit that the guy that they had in the building for 10 plus years leaves and now just kind of puts a stamp on the fact that the Detroit Lions are just a bad franchise and it was the Lions' fault, not Stafford's fault. So that would be tough.
Shout out to ownership. Oh, boy, that wasn't great. But what we got today for you guys is we're going to take a look at the Super Bowl. And, of course, we're going to take a look at some legacies that might be affected. Matt Stafford, Hall of Fame status on the line on Sunday. Find out for that. Who do we think is going to perform the best? Who has the most riding on this game? All of that and a little bit more. Of course, our predictions at the end. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to our Super Bowl 56 LVI preview. Of course, I'm your host, Ross Allen, joined alongside by the fourth and long NFL correspondent, Alex Krupp, AK, shout out my boy. And we're here to break down everything you need to know about the biggest game of the season. But before we hop into this, I got some news. And I told Alex earlier, I want to wait to get his live reaction. Now, you might have caught it on Twitter already, because I've done a little bit of the leaking. But not everyone's on there, of course. So, Alex, the news is, and I tell you, you probably weren't expecting this out of me, right? There is no date set or venue set yet. And not even promotion set yet, but I will be taking on Jendo of Uncaged Media in an MMA fight. We're going to be doing amateur and light heavyweight later this year around November, December.
Oh, that's sick, dude. Are you ready for that?
Hey, 8 months of training, you're going to get me ready. I got two great. Hey, if you're a fan of the show, you definitely know. Shout to Ray, Lolly, and Jared Melton, two local fighters up here in Idaho. They're absolutely killing it on the regional circuit. And I'm going to be training with them now. So I got two studs that are going to be punching me in the face.
And what is your counterpart doing to prepare?
Hey, right now he's keeping his camp secrets himself. I'm not sure yet.
What kind of style do you think you're going to adapt going into the Ross? Are you going to be more of a grappler, or are you going to come out just throwing heavy hands?
Well, you see, we're trying. Me and Jendo, of course, we're trying to put on for the fans, because we love the fans. Probably not. I wouldn't expect a whole hell of a lot of ground game, unless the situation, shows itself. I always admire Chuck Liddell, so depending, I might have to get the Chuck Liddell haircut if I really want to go all in. The little buzz cut mohawk.
I mean, that would be people would definitely know what look you're going for in that.
Hey, all I know is right now I have 8 months to get my ass in shape, to be able to become a fighter, to get used to getting punched in the face, and to drop 30 pounds. So it's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great year. And Alex, I'm coming for that ass this year, baby. So that's news. And we're going.
I mean, you already have one supporter over here for your opponent.
Hey. Oh.
There you go.
Bastard.
A little bit.
Yeah, I bet you weren't expecting me to do MMA in the legit amateur fight.
I love it for the brand.
Dude, for the brand, we're going to put on for fourth and long. We're going to put on for the 208. And most importantly, we're going to put on to put on. All right? We're just going to put on to put on.
Stat.
Hey, it's going to be a great time. So you guys better stay along because I will be posting everything about that, give you training updates and stuff like that. It's going to be a hell of an adventure. So glad to have you guys along the road for that. It's going to be something, and I'm super excited. But, hey, we got all that out of the way, and enough is enough. Let's talk about the Super Bowl, and really just to warm us up to the concept of it's Super Bowl week, Alex. Can you take me through just one of your maybe favorite Super Bowl memories?
Oh, boy. Honestly, the last greatest Super Bowl memory I have, all right, I'm going to actually bring up the more of a funny one to kind of lighten the mood here, but I think it was 2007, 2008. Fact check me on this one, but it was the Colts and the Saints, I believe. Breeze versus Manning.
Yeah.
This was, and you actually might know part of the story, but this was when I think I was I had to have been like 10 or 12 or
2010. Actually.
Okay, so I was 4.
I believe the 2007-8. I think that was the Colts and Bears.
Yeah, that's
my main guys
Devin
first.
Hester, second half return for a touchdown. Yeah, incredible. Or second half onside.
That was the first play of the game.
Yes, and then second half they onside kicked or something, right? Yeah. Yep. Okay. So.
Yeah.
So the night before, this would have been Saturday night. I thought it would have been a great idea. I think I was just in high school, or I was in 8th grade going into high school. I thought it'd be an incredible idea. Stay up all night the night before. We're having over at someone's house, and we're playing Madden all night, getting ready for the Super Bowl. We're gonna go, gonna go home before, and then go back out to a friend's house for the Super Bowl. Stayed up all night, no sleep whatsoever, getting juiced, ready for the kickoff to happen.
Oh yeah.
Quarter comes. I cannot keep my eyes open whatsoever.
Oh no!
Struggle to halftime, and I finally get there. Remember about 2 plays of the first half, but I'm like, okay, Pops, give me the keys. I'm gonna go take a nap and a little napsy in the car during halftime because it's a 30-minute halftime show. Of course,
yeah.
Wake up, it's still light outside. Wake up, have no idea. This was before I had like smartphones or cell phones, anything like that, where I can quickly check the score. Get up, and everyone's freaking out. And they're like, oh my gosh, like, this is crazy. Like, Drew Brees just won the Super Bowl. Like, all this happened. And so for the longest time, I had the complete opposite winner of the Super Bowl for like 3 different hours because I slept through the entire second half, went back and started talking shit to everyone about because I got the Super Bowl pick right. And then finally they told me, no, dude, like go watch the game over. It's completely the other way around. So that was a fun little wake up.
No.
For 30 minutes, I had the Super Bowl winner wrong for that amount of time. So two teams won that year for me.
That is really something else. The age before smartphones is not a pretty one for sports fans.
Yeah, what is that? I didn't even know that was a thing.
I kind of forgot that was a thing, man. I'm going to be honest with you. Man, I got to say, I think one of my, man, yeah. I mean, shout out to the Broncos winning Super Bowl 50, the only Super Bowl in my lifetime. So obviously that's going to be the best part.
Another Super Bowl? They went to another Super Bowl too, though, didn't they? When you were alive. No. No, they've only been to one Super Bowl, the Super Bowl 50, and they beat the hell out of the Panthers. No other Super Bowl exists. I'm thinking of a different team.
Yes, you are. Yes.
Team.
Yes, that was not the Denver Broncos, and the Broncos also did not play any other games in the 2011 season after they beat the Steelers in overtime. The divisional round never happened. Super Bowl 48 never happened. And it's best that we all just don't talk
Easier
about it.
that way.
I've lost too much money from that game. Sweet damn freshman high school me was heartbroken. Oh, man. But I think, real quick, though, I also got to give a little bit of a big gripe about the Super Bowl. I put this on socials, Alex. Can we bring back, like, legitimate logos for each Super Bowl so it's not just the same copy-paste BS every year? You add a little extra I. Come on, man.
Branding. It needs a rebranding.
It's this corporate bullshit, with the whole simplification of the logos. I mean, like, this year's, admittedly, it doesn't look half bad, but it doesn't compare to, like, honestly, it might be a little bit biased because Super Bowl 32, shout out Broncos over Packers, but that Super Bowl logo is great. The older Super Bowl logos are great. The new ones, kind of shit.
Yeah, it seems like there's nothing that sticks out at you with the new logo. It's just there. It's forgettable. You don't really think about it too much. It needs to have some sort of sticking power, and it doesn't right now. It's just a one you put on to say, to try to confuse people with Roman numerals. That's all it is right now.
I love my favorite graph is like on Google searches when every year around February the search for Roman numerals increases.
It's the suggested search.
Yep. Dude, like clockwork. But ladies and gentlemen, before we get into our buy or sell segment, what I started last week is what we're going to continue on to this week because we got a little bit of trivia for you so I can do my best to hold you in until the end, all right? As if this fantastic personality can't do already, we got a little trivia for you guys. So, in the spirit of the Super Bowl, Alex, we'll be able to save this one for your answer a little bit near the end as well. But, trivia question for this week. Who is the youngest quarterback to ever win the Super Bowl? Take that in, absorb it, lock in your noggin, and keep it in there until we get to the answer, because we're going to want you guys to comment, let us know on socials, all that fun stuff as well. But it's Alex.
I got two names that are circling right now. I got to next 20 to 30 minutes to really type it out in my head.
Gonna have to flip a coin in your head eventually, I guess. Shoot, man, that's trivia sometimes. But, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get into a little bit of the meat and potatoes of this show, because we're going to buy it or sell it. Get out your wallets, get out your Apple wallets, because I know that's a big thing now. Get out your crypto coin bags is what I think Venmo calls their thing. Shout out to Ethereum, guys. Keep buying Ethereum. I made like $30 this week, so we're rolling in it essentially. But for those that don't know how this works, I got 3 statements for Alex, and it's up to him whether he's going to buy it or sell it. Statement number 1, Alex. Matt Stafford is a first ballot Hall of Famer if he wins the Super Bowl.
I mean, I'm going to buy this statement because he's definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer if he wins the Super Bowl. What I'm trying to figure out is, I honestly, not a first ballot, but he's a Hall of Famer without this Super Bowl right now. And And honestly, the weird thing is you look at guys like a Matt Stafford, you look at guys like a Matt Ryan, and you know, in however many years it comes up, it's going to be a guy like Kirk Cousins as well, that if you look at all the career passing leaders and all the career lists before this year, Matt Stafford was top 12 all time in the NFL among quarterbacks in passing yards, passing completions, passing touchdowns. Those three stats right there are pretty quintessential for the quarterback position, and he's top 12 in every single one of those, with all of the names, the Bradys, the Brees, Manning, Favres, Aaron Rodgers, Dan Marino, the Fran Tarkentons. He's in top 12 of all those lists. So I don't know if you can keep him out without this Super Bowl. I mean, just off the leaderboards alone, I think he's got a case. So you add in the Super Bowl appearance with the new team and that new narrative, and now he can kind of hold on to that. The Lions were holding me back. All I needed was a good team around me to win. And low-key, he kind of showed that this year, no matter how much you want to attest that to him or to the coach or to the team, but went and did it this year. So given his career accolades and given all of his, numbers up to this point, when he's still probably got another 2, 3, 4 years left in him, he's probably got a Super Bowl Hall of Fame or Hall of Fame, career already before the Super Bowl. So I think this is just cream cheese on top, and he's definitely going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer if he wins this.
I love that. And I guess one of the things, like one of the stats I've seen thrown around Twitter is what people are trying to say is holding back is he has he has hardly any Pro Bowls, hardly to none, and then all pros as well. But at the same time, those are subjective awards. And we all saw this year and like really the last 10 years that Pro Bowls don't really matter. The all pro definitely carries some weight. Yeah, absolutely. But Matthew Stafford was never in the best position to get that. Like, if you look at the all-pro players, especially the quarterback position, 99% of them are backed up by great teams. Matt Stafford has never been backed up by a great team until this season. His best threat ever, was probably Calvin Johnson. But we saw that the Lions ruined that relationship because they essentially forced Calvin out of the league earlier than he really needed to. And look, so Calvin Johnson still the single season reception yard leader. That was under Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford leaves the team he goes to a new team, and Cooper Kupp, he's been a good receiver, for the past handful of years. But if it wasn't for Matt Stafford, Cooper Kupp doesn't have a season like this. You think Jared Goff is going to allow Cooper Kupp to do stuff like this? No, that's Matt Stafford. That's Matt Stafford with two of the best single season numbers in NFL history for wide receivers.
I mean,
Matt Stafford.
Even look at the 1 year he had with Kenny Golladay, and Kenny Golladay was like a top 10 receiver in that year.
He made Kenny Golladay a bunch of money. Is what he did.
Is the previous narrative with Matt Stafford was, you put these big alpha receivers on the outside. He's got a strong arm. He's always had a cannon ever since he came out. Always got a strong arm, really good at the deep ball. But it seemed like he was, winning a lot of, these contested catches with these big outside receivers. That's how Golladay was. That's how Calvin Johnson was. That's how Marvin Jones was. A lot of these guys. But he now comes into to the Los Angeles offense, and he's doing it with a slot receiver, Cooper Kupp, and doing the same thing. So he's got that precision, accuracy, matriculate the ball down the field along with the deep shots and the big arm stuff. So he's shown kind of a multitude of talents here this year, and honestly, he's been extremely impressive too with the way that he's been able to combat the storm. He had a great start to the year. Really, really went sideways for about 6 weeks there. They got hammered by the Cardinals. He's throwing interceptions. They lost to the Niners in there. They weren't looking like the Rams of the first 7 weeks, and he had the resolve, and he had that ability to power through that, get him into this position. He's been playing phenomenal in the playoffs. I know their team is good, and they haven't really been tested besides the big collapse that they had, but their team just hasn't asked him to do much, but what they have asked him to do, he's been phenomenal at.
Absolutely. I really agree with you there. Statement number 2, sticking with the Rams here. The person with the most pressure on them this week is head coach of the Los Angeles Rams, Sean McVay.
I could not buy this statement any sooner than I just did.
Yes.
On McVay, if he wasn't a head case 2 weeks ago before he had to go face the Niners and what they've done, imagine being Sean McVay. You are still this highly touted genius, and you're going into the Super Bowl against Bill Belichick, and you got this big time offense. You're a young coach. Everyone that's touched you or had a cup of coffee with you is getting a head coaching job. And you go into that Super Bowl and you get blown out offensively. You do not score an offensive touchdown. You do not
3 points.
You look horrible as the offensive coordinator, and he's got to wear that on his chin. And
I blame him for giving us the worst Super Bowl in history.
It was horrible. It was just a boring Super Bowl, and it looked like Belichick just had him figured out, and McVay was just scrambling from the first quarter. And so if you don't think that Sean McVay's got a little birdie in the back of his head saying, if you don't win this one, now how are you really going to convince them you're this offensive super genius? It's so much pressure on him this week. He needs to be able to, and especially the fact that he's the favorite now and he's got a little should win, he's supposed to win. That's not what you need if you're Sean McVay. You'd rather be on the other side of it. And Zach Taylor was one of the guys that he was so criticized that was one of those McVay coaching tree guys. And so now you got your understudy, if you can call him that was really under the radar and is now got this big hotshot young quarterback. And it's now it seems like it's Burrow against McVay right now. And on McVay, I am very, very nervous.
If I'm Sean McVay, really, the only excuse I could make for his poor Super Bowl performance was Jared Goff. Would it have been the same situation if it was Matt Stafford in his quarterback? Probably not. But now he has to go out and lead the offense to prove that he has Matt Stafford. He has all the offensive weapons. He has a good offensive line. He has a good run game. He has a hell of a defense to support his offense. It's up to him to win this football game now, because this is going to be obviously, we're going to see the battle take place on the field, but there is going to be a game of chess going on during this game because Zach Taylor, great coach. Sean McVay, great coach. Zach Taylor, coach of the year. Sean McVay has been coach of the year, and they're two of the best in the game right now when it comes to their position. He not only has to prove that he can himself win, but he doesn't just have to win something himself. He has to beat someone else too. And I don't know if that really made a whole lot of sense right there. It's made a little bit more sense in my brain. I'm sure not a lot of things do, though, so take that as you will. I think you
also got to factor in Lou Anarumo on the Bengals defensive staff right now has been cooking up game plans to combat Patrick Mahomes, Derrick Henry, and Derek Carr. I mean, obviously Derek Carr is not the greatest on that list, but every single week, they've gone up against a high-powered offense and have been able to temper them. Patrick Mahomes, the best example of that. Lou Anarumo, with not a cast of defensive characters like the Rams have. You don't have Jalen Ramsey's, Von Millers, and Aaron Donald around back there. You have Jesse Bates and Trey Hendrickson and Sam Hubbard and guys that you just aren't accustomed to hearing. And this defensive coordinator that no one's heard of before this run is cooking up schemes that are just blowing out these clearly offensively superior teams. And I think that paired up with, okay, now how is Lou Anarumo going to counteract the offensive genius Sean McVay is also going to, it's going to play a huge factor as well in this. And I've been impressed with what he's been able to do scheme-wise, and giving him 2 weeks to try to set this up. He's proven that he can come up with a good scheme. Let's see if he can do it again.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, Sean McVay, already right now, he has doubters. If he loses this game, especially depending on how they lose, if they do, his legacy is a coach, and the real ultimate belief in him to get the job done in the biggest game when it matters most, that is going to be questioned, and he's going to have a lot of ground to make up if he ever wants to live all the way back up to the hype that we, as fans, as other NFL staff, as media, and as analysts have hyped him up to be. He's going to have a lot of work. He has a big old target on his back right now. Let's see if he could actually pull this thing off. But the last statement of the week is probably my favorite because, Alex, 2 weeks ago, I said this, and I absolutely believe it. I'm 100% sold. It is all about MVP Fearson. All right? So, statement number 3. Evan McPherson will be the first kicker in NFL history to win a Super Bowl MVP. Buy or sell?
I'm going to sell this statement.
Okay.
Any room to talk about kickers in this show? He's incredible. I would spend a draft pick on him, but I am.
Hey, 5th round draft pick for this guy that's a pretty solid.
I'm not in the camp here, so I'm going to let you do what you do with Evan McPherson. Talk him up. How is he going to win Super Bowl MVP if he is?
You want to know how he's going to win Super Bowl MVP? Because he's going to kick another 4 field goals in this game. All right? That's 12 points just on his own. He did that against the Raiders. He's been doing this against the Chiefs. 2 games this season, he has the game-winning field goal. All right? He also looked good against the Titans. He's been a huge key of why they've even made it this far. So, in this game, when it comes down to it, and I might be giving away a little bit of my preview for it, this game is going to come down to a field goal, whether it be in regulation or overtime. Evan McPherson is going to be the hero once again for the Cincinnati Bengals. He's going to kick 4 to 5 field goals in this game, and he is going to be the hero.
All right, man. Do you have his odds? Do you know what his odds are?
Oh, I honestly haven't even seen him on the odds list, so see if I can pull it up.
I cannot imagine there's a world where he even has a number you can bet on right now.
Hey, if you're talking about plus 10,000, if you're talking about value bets, the biggest bang for your buck.
It should be like plus $1 million, honestly.
Dude, just put $10 on Evan McPherson. He's going to get you some cash.
All right, man.
Wait, what? $10? It plus 10,000. Is that $1,000?
Not bad.
$10 get you 1,000?
Not bad.
You've heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. I can't wait to be right. And if I'm actually right about this, you are never going to hear the end of it.
I wish you're right. That'd be awesome for the show.
That'd be ridiculous. But let's, of course, that is a buy or sell. We're going to move into the next segment here in just a moment. But of course, whether you buy or sell, let us know. Make your voice heard, whether it be in the comments on YouTube or Rumble. Hit us up on socials on Twitter or Instagram. Or best of all, you can leave a 5-star review over on Apple Podcasts. And the best way to catch us is, I spend way too much time on Twitter, so make sure to go out, check us out there. I spend a little bit too much time on Instagram as well. And if you want to stream this, just audio is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or just at the fourthandlong.com stream just from our website. Made it simple for you because, I don't want it to be hard to tune in. Just watch us, give us money, let us grow big. That's essentially why you're here.
5-step plan.
Hey. I don't know what step 4 is, but I know step 5 is profit. So we're going to get there eventually. But we're going to move into the next segment here. And that is none other than shooting blanks with AK. Bang, 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 bang. That's what Evan McPherson is going to be doing after he makes the game-winning field goal. Or that's what Joe Burrow is going to be dancing to in the
audience.
locker room.
I do know it is counterintuitive for the title of the segment to be called shooting blanks, and you actually make a noise, but when you do shoot blanks, there's still a noise that comes out.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Just ask, oh, damn it, what was his name? I forget. That one dude in Hollywood that you probably can't talk about without getting demonetized on YouTube. Alec Baldwin.
Oh. Jeez. If you would have had odds, the odds for an Alec Baldwin reference in this show are longer than Evan McPherson to win the Super Bowl.
I think that might have been the first time I've ever referenced him.
All right, let's continue.
What a world we live in, ladies and gentlemen. But those that don't know how this one works, I got another 3. We got 3 statements for Alex here. There is a blank in either the beginning, the middle, or the end, and it's up to him to fill it in with anything his mind pleases, whether it be a paragraph, a word, a sentence, or just a grunt. Whatever he chooses is law. what we got? Number 1, the first statement of Shooting Blanks with AK. Blank has the most to lose on Sunday.
It's Sean McVay, and it's not even close. It could not be close. It couldn't be further from the truth. You know what I'm saying?
It's pretty
Sean
far.
McVay is the person. He's been the orchestrator. No matter who it was behind the scenes, on paper, Sean McVay is the orchestrator of this whole. We don't care about first-round draft picks, second-round draft picks, anything. Let's ship everything out and go all in right now. He has been kind of the orchestrator behind that from the media perspective. He's already gone to the Super Bowl and absolutely floundered. He has already, in this playoffs, conquered his demons over Kyle Shanahan. That was the biggest game they have ever played, and he won that game. Sean McVay,
on the road, albeit in South San Francisco.
in San Francisco, in northern California, he was able to overcome his. But Sean McVay still, with a loss on Sunday, has the most questions raised about him. If the Bengals are happy to be here, no questions about Jamar Chase, no questions about Burrow, Taylor, any of these guys. Nobody.
They really shouldn't feel any pressure in this game.
No, and even on the Matt Stafford side, which would be another potential answer for this, is he's already playing with house money. He's got to the Super Bowl. He's played awesome. And even if he doesn't play well on Sunday, the bigger story is going to be Sean McVay coming out of it. It just is. Sean McVay is polarizing. He's going to get the headlines, and so he's clearly got the most on Sunday.
I think it depends. It depends on how the Rams lose this game. If they lose it because, like, you see poor play calling schemes or just, like, a lack of all-around team clutchness is what I'll call it in this game, then most of the blame will be on Sean McVay. But at the same time, if Matt Stafford goes out and throws 3 interceptions, one for a pick 6, then I think Matt Stafford's stock takes a way bigger hit than Sean McVay's would. Obviously, it'll be hard pressed to actually see Matt Stafford throw for 3 interceptions in the pick 6. I believe we only saw that against the Niners last game of the season, or was it only 2 picks?
He only had 2 picks that game, but
okay, sorry, 2 picks. He put up a lot of interceptions late in the season. That's why I had doubts on them, but he's definitely proven people wrong so far this postseason. But those 2 guys, it's definitely the Rams that have the most to lose in this game, especially as a favorite. Sean McVay, number 1, Matt Stafford, right there at number 2, just depending on how the game goes, in my opinion. But statement number 2 is if Joe Burrow wins the Super Bowl, he is blank.
If Joe Burrow wins this Super Bowl, he will now take the reins from the Patrick Mahomes and of the Justin Herberts and of the Josh Allens of the world as the next GOAT, as the next person that's going to win all these. Now listen very, very carefully. Does not mean that A, he's the most talented quarterback. I still think that's Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen.
Okay.
B, does not mean he's the best quarterback. And C, does not mean he's going to be the best quarterback, but he is going to slide into this mantle of he's now the next GOAT. With Tom Brady retiring, everyone thought it was going to be Mahomes. Mahomes is incredible. He went to 3 straight AFC championships, won a Super Bowl, and he's still got all the talent in the world, and this was a little blip in the radar. But if Joe Burrow wins this, he's going to get that media attention. He's going to get that outlook as the next GOAT. And you have these parallels. People are already drawing to Tom Brady because of his leadership style, his demeanor, the way he handles, hits in the pocket and is able to bounce up from that. But he's honestly going to be immortalized if he wins this. If he can go not playing at Ohio State, transfer to LSU, win the national title out of nowhere, really, become the number 1 overall pick, tear your ACL, the next year you win the Super Bowl, he's going to be immortalized. And so is all of the number 1 acumen warranted? I personally don't think so, but that's how it's going to be.
Man, Joe Burrow is going to be the lifelong hero when it comes to Cincinnati. If Joe Burrow wins this game, he's probably a more liked figure in the Ohio sports community than LeBron James.
Honestly, you take the temperature at the probably.
I think maybe depending on what Joe Burrow does in Cincinnati, could be all the time, especially because if he spends his career in Cincinnati, I think that's going to be a huge plus considering LeBron ditched that city twice. All right. Joe Burrow really does he has a great chance. He's a resident. He was born in Ohio too. He legitimately might be the greatest athlete in Ohio sports history if he wins the Super Bowl and then goes on to have a career after that.
Come on, just relax on all that.
Okay, yeah, that's a little hyperbole. You're right.
LeBron is literally the king of Ohio right now. If he's King James and the king of the NBA, he's the king of Ohio. Let's relax on that one. But from a football standpoint, yes, I'm with you.
And at least for recency bias and stuff like that, Ohio fans are definitely going to be way harder on Joe Burrow than they will be on LeBron James.
One in like the current Ohio sports players, he'll be the number one.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because I don't think anything's going to top LeBron James bringing finally winning that title in Cleveland. That was, especially being down 3-1, that's going to be really hard to top. But at least for the time being, Joe Burrow has a chance to topple the king. All right. Statement number 3, Alex, is I guarantee that blank will happen on Sunday.
Tails will happen Sunday. I was sorry. And I was just picturing who's the lead who's the lead referee this year? Is it?
I don't know. I missed it. It's not Ed Ocula, unfortunately. The GOAT retired.
But I'm just seeing them flipping the coin, and it came up tails. So I can guarantee that tails will happen on Sunday. Because that, to me, seems like the safest guarantee I can.
Ooh, Bill Vinovich.
Vinovich is not bad.
No.
Not bad. But I actually...
He was also the official for... sorry. My bad. That was from 2 years ago. That was LIV, not LVI. It's Ronald Tobert. And honestly...
Yeah, not bad. One of the glasses, right?
Exactly. We're going to, yeah. Let's go with the glasses. Well, hopefully that'll allow him to see the plays a little bit more effectively there. Not horrible,
But I can guarantee that Ron Torbert is going to flip, or whoever flips the coin on Sunday will flip a tails.
Oh, it's going to be they do the special.
Guess one, I know. I don't know who it's going to be this.
Remember Joe Namath in that big ass coat?
Oh my gosh, yeah, it just creeped everyone out.
It wasn't great, man. Let's see if we can find out who the special coin flipper is. That what they're being called here?
Something like that.
I don't know. I can't find it. I really don't know what the hell to call it. But we're going to figure out on Sunday. So don't go too crazy here, man. I really do think that Alex, I can guarantee one thing that's going to happen on Super Bowl Sunday.
What?
I'll be eating a big ass plate of nachos.
There you go.
There we go. It's a Super Bowl tradition. I need and the meat is always ground bison.
Ground bison. Interesting. Bison. That's a nice little flip there. I like that. Keep it lean.
Bison's a fantastic cut of meat. By the way, I do really enjoy that stuff. But let's know your thoughts on those on shooting blanks. How would you fill in the blank? Of course, you already know. I could tell you to reply in the comments on blue in the face, but do what you want. Essentially, is where in America we have freedom, and I will politely ask you to do such. But before we get to our official predictions here, it's time for the answers to the trivia, Alex. So let's hear it. You're down to 2. Who do you think it is?
I'm between the 2 R's, Rodgers and Roethlisberger. I'm picturing Rodgers. I'm picturing him looking young. How did he win that? It was with McCarthy, but he sat for so long. He might have been like 26. I'm going to go with Big Ben.
And that answer is Correct. Alex gets it right. Ben Roethlisberger at the age of 23, only better than 23 in his second season of the NFL, only did younger than Patrick Mahomes at 24 and Tom Brady at a older 24.
Wow, man, I was way off.
Yeah.
Glad I won.
Hey, let us know if you guys got that one right too, because Alex, you got it right, and you get to take home a brand new
Cars.
feeling of pride. We can't afford cars; those feel a little expensive.
Pride is priceless, so I'm okay with that. Good alternative.
Exactly. There you go. But let's cap things off, Alex. Give us your prediction for the Super Bowl. Let's do it. Let's book
We're
it.
going to win 27-21, and it is going to be a 21-20 game in the fourth quarter, and Joe Burrow is going to lead a heroic, not a field goal drive, but a touchdown drive, and it's not going to be to win, but it's going to be to force the Rams to have to come back down the field and score a touchdown to win and not a field goal, and they're going to get stopped.
I love that. Matt Stafford interception on the last drive of this. Oh, wouldn't that be heartbreaking? Here we go. My prediction, 30-27 in regulation. Evan McPherson is the hero as time expires.
Wow, I love it.
I'm speaking into existence, Alex. I need this. Hey, but we both got the Bengals winning.
Wait, hold on. I correct you there. You said 30-27?
Yeah.
How does that equate to 4 field goals by Evan McPherson?
33-27, you're right.
33-30.
Ooh, good point. Alex, you got me. You got me there.
Evan McPherson with a game-winning 54-yard field goal as time expired.
54.
That'd be it's one for him to win the MVP.
Here, I'll do the Price is Right. It'll be a 43-yard field goal just because Joe Burrow has the ability to get them the extra, about 10 yards.
But that just takes away from his Super Bowl or his MVP case, though.
Fine, here we go. Evan McPherson sets a brand new NFL kicking record with a 67-yard field goal to end regulation and win the Super Bowl. Justin Tucker's record gets broken the same season it gets set.
That's how it's supposed to be. That's how the NCAA record went to when Samaje P. Ryan ran for like 404, and then 2 weeks later, Melvin Gordon ran for 424.
What a time to be alive. Man, I love the Super Bowl. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for sticking in till the end. We genuinely appreciate you all. And we all know that we're going to have a fantastic Super Bowl Sunday. We're going to get the best of food. I think I'm going to be making some healthy wings as well because, tasty. Love the protein. And some nachos. It's going to be a great time. Alex, I know you're going to have a great time. I remember we used to have Super Bowl parties over at your parents' place. So that was always... always an occasion. There was a lot of people there.
It's fun as long as I was awake for it,
Ladies, I hope all of you find a Red Bull on your Sunday morning, even though we're not sponsors Red Bull. That'd be cool. And enjoy the hell of this game because it's really hard to have a loser for at least like 98% of the country. But, go Matt Stafford, go Von Miller, go Joe Shiesty. Alex, your thoughts on the Super Bowl matchup, specifically one word or phrase?
I can't believe it's the last football game of the year.
Yeah, way to bring us down. And on that depressing note, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see all of you once a Super Bowl champion is crowned. See you next week. Go Joe. Go Joe.